So we're on top of Aspey Scar, which is just above Great Aspey and Kirby Stephen. The hills that you can see in front of us now are the Howgill Fells, which are more or less just above T-Bay on the M6. But we're on a lovely stretch of road which takes you over from Kirby Stephen to a little village called Orton. The little patch of water you can see down there is a tarn where a lot of people locally go fishing. But the view that you can see right now is absolutely stunning. Here we are towards the end of September and it's absolutely stunning. And we're having a ride out in Lovejoy. How cool is that? Haha. But today, the adventure that we're going to be taking is from here, Aspey Scar, and it's called that because there's limestone which has been eroded around, the earth around the stone's been eroded, and it's made these pavements which are quite famous for this area. But we're just going to take our time and enjoy the view. Now, a lot of people don't know that this is part of Ridden district, which is sandwiched between the Lake district, which is over that way, and the Yorkshire Dales, which is that way. And a lot of people will bypass it thinking there's not a lot here because of the traditional areas of the Lake District and the Yorkshire Dales. But this is an area that you've really got to consider coming to. You've really got to consider exploring it because it's untapped. I mean, the traffic's a nightmare around here, isn't it? And the views are simply stunning. But today we're going to go down into Orton, we're going to go to Shap, and then from Shap we're going to go and we're going to have a look at Haweswater, which is going to show you some of the stunning scenery that Ridden district has to offer. Now just up here on the left, do you see it coming up on the left? This is a little schoolroom, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and have a look. It's the schoolroom where all the kids around here used to go to, and that's it there. What an awful place to go to school with scenery like that surrounding us. Anyway, come on, let's go and have a look. And it has a welcoming sign, come in. And it's Raesbeck Dame School. The school building was erected around about 1780 by John Winfield Robert Bowness. And one of the Cleesbys of the new house, old yeoman farmers of Raesbeck, formerly a school, has stood on Hollow Green. But in 1857, this schoolroom was declared to be in bad repair and unfit for use as a schoolhouse. So accordingly, on February the 25th of that year, a meeting of the inhabitants was put together and said, no. But in 2012 and 2013, further work was done. Grants were declared to be able to put it back together again. So, this was a little schoolroom. Not very big, is it? Anyhow, let's continue our adventures. To show you more of what the area has to offer. And that tarn back there, excuse me, that tarn back there was Sunbiggin Tarn. But wouldn't it be bloody marvellous to go to school there? They're lovely. But we're just dropping down now into the little village of Orton, which is just above T Bay. So this area that we're now travelling around is literally just off the M6. I mean, we're talking minutes off the M6. It's an area to come to explore, to stay and experience the peace and tranquility of it all. So we're now just in the village of Orton. Which has a lovely tea room. And I'm going there right now. Because I fancy a nice early morning cup of tea and a slice of cake. And here it is in Silver Yard, right in front of us. So, having been into Orton Scar Cafe, filled up on gluten-free orange cake and a cup of tea, we continue our quest down to Haweswater. It's nice, is Orton, actually. You've even got a chocolate factory. There's a good little adventure coming up here. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. There's not an adventure at all. There's a cheeky little bit of road, which might be interesting to you. Adventures. We've got adventures on the bloody brain. Do you know, I absolutely love what I do. I don't care whether it's on the bike or in Lovejoy. Yes, this car is called Lovejoy. I just love making films. 10:30 towards the end of September, and it's 12 degrees, the roof is down, and that's what you see. I mean, come on, get a grip. Now in front of us there, that is the M6 between Penrith and Kendal turnoff. And we're going to go right underneath it. You see? I told you there was something interesting, didn't I? Brrrt. You've got to keep your teeth together when you go over cattle grids, you know. Otherwise your teeth drop out. Now come on, how many of your parents used to say that? Keep your mouth closed, your teeth will drop out. Oh God. And we're going under the northbound M6 now. Marvellous. Look what you could have won. Now we're heading towards Shap. The next village that we're going to come into is Shap. And this is where you'll hear on the weather forecast, oh, it's snowing in Shap and stuff. Well, this is where it is. This is the old road that used to take you north before the M6 was built, just to the right over there. This was the old road. And so Shap was a very important area for people to know about, especially if they were travelling on this road. It's a typical Cumbrian village, surrounded by farms. That's what it was, farming country. But there's quarries around about and as well, so it was built up by people who were quarrying. And not too much further north, you've got Clifton. And Clifton was where the last battle on English soil was fought. So all around here, of course, you had the marauders, rah, with their spears and their shields and their doofs, their clubs. Wonder why they met there, eh? Wonder why they met at Clifton. I'll knock your block off. I'll knock your block off. All right, you fancy a bare knuckle fight? I do. You can bring your weapons. I will. You best bring your pals. I will. Let's have a wee fight then. Aye, go on then. So there'll have been blood spilt on the ground that we're now travelling over. Now, when you get to the edge of Shap, which we're just about to, we're going to turn left. And that's going to take us down to Haweswater. Where? Haweswater. Okay. Now, Haweswater is a man-made stretch of water. It's more of a reservoir than a lake. And it was built to supply the northwest area. So around the lakes, you've got Thirlmere, which is just on the outskirts of Keswick. That was blocked by man, so the water could go down to the northwest. Haweswater was built so that they could supply the water to the northwest. And they even talked about doing it with Ullswater. But Ullswater steamers, those gorgeous craft that you sail up and down Ullswater in England's most scenic stretch of water, part of the Eden Valley, they wouldn't be able to get into where the jetties were to bring the craft in, so that people could get on and off. And I'm talking maybe it's only 6 inches for it to drop, and they wouldn't be able to run the vessels. So it was cancelled. I bet you'll sleep better now knowing that, won't you? Now, let me show you something. Are you ready? Are you ready to be absolutely blown away? Come on then, I'll show you. That is where we're heading, right over there. But just look at the gorgeous scenery that you're going to be driving around in. I mean, this is the end of September. Bloody gorgeous, isn't it? Here, in the Eden Valley. Onwards! So that's where we're heading, over there. Good, isn't it? We're getting close now. We're getting close to Haweswater. Down the leafy lane. It's in a glorious setting. And it's another area of the region that people tend not to want to come to. Oh, what's it going to be like? Is it any good? Yes, it's good. Is it an area we can take decent photographs to make memories? Yes, you can. And we're nearly there. Why, man. There you go, look at that up there. How about that for a bloody hill? Can you see the water in the bottom? Can you see it? Can you see the water in the bottom? Reflecting the fantastic mountains surrounding it. Oh, it's like a mill pond. It's like an absolute mill pond down there. And we're back in the sunshine. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on a good time. Blame it on a boogie. Sunshine, woo! Moonlight, yeah! Good time, boogie. Look at that there, man. Look at it! Ha 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 ha! God, I love what I do. Now, hopefully, we're going to be able to pull up down here. Oh, go on then. We'll pull up here, shall we? Danger, there's a deep shaft. Oi, less of it. This brings us to the end of our little adventure. To give you a taster of what it's all about. Part of the Eden Valley. Now, what you're going to see shortly, you can probably hear them, the geese. What you're going to see shortly is something that not a lot of people get to see. Are you ready? Just look at that, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there's the geese flying over the top, reflected in that mill pond appearance of the top of the water. Jets flying overhead in clear blue sky. The sides of the mountains cascading down into the side of the water. And this is Hawes Water. An area of the Eden Valley. Not too far from Penrith, which means it's not too far from the M6, which means it's accessible to you. And this is why you need to come to the Eden Valley. We haven't even been down and shown you Ullswater yet. That's for another day. Let me just show you again. Isn't that just bloody breathtaking? And there we have it. So, until the next time we meet, until the next time we go on adventures together, bye-bye for now.